gives me great pleasure to welcome you to our digital showcase for Entwined Histories 11. My name is Matt Gamble and I work for Cooperation Ireland as part of the Entwined Histories team. We're coming to you today from a windy and Greenan fort in County Donegal. This Neolithic site dates back through thousands of years of Irish history. Entwined Histories doesn't quite stretch as far back as that, but we're looking at the decade of centenaries at the beginning of the 20th century and trying to understand these events in the past and how they relate to the present and how they've shaped the Ireland that we live in today in 2021. We are so excited to showcase the incredible work from our brilliant students on Entwined Histories 11. Entwined Histories 11 was given the name The Partition of Ireland, Thinking Back, Looking Forward. And the idea behind that was that we look and we know about our history in the past, but we want to work together for a better present and indeed future together. Entwined Histories is about shining light on both narratives of our past in Ireland to help educate and to better understand our shared history and our differences. Entwined Histories 11 centred in on the year 1921 and we looked at four main themes throughout that significant year. We learnt about the May 1921 elections in both the Northern and Southern Parliament. We thought about the important words of King George V at the grand opening of the Northern Ireland Parliament on the 22nd of June 1921 at Belfast City Hall. We reflected on the truce in July 1921 that brought an end to the fighting in the Irish War of Independence, and we considered the impact of the Anglo-Irish Treaty signed on the 6th of December in 1921. In fact, we're coming to you today on the 100th anniversary of the signing of that Anglo-Irish Treaty, and its impact is still resonating today in Ireland in 2021, and it's important for our students to understand why the past still has that effect, still matters for us today. 8 schools were involved in Entwined Histories 11. We had Ashfield Girls High School, we had Bush Post Primary School, we had Blessed Trinity College, and we had Callista Coholin as well. We also had Lagan College, Ophi College, Wallace High School, and we also had St Oliver's Community College from Drogheda as well. And it was amazing to see all 8 of these schools working through the challenges of the pandemic to better understand the history that they were learning about on Entwined Histories. I'm very pleased to introduce a short video capturing the Entwined Histories journey for our students, from their first workshop in school through to their in-school research of their major player, to the Belfast Field Day as we went around at the City Hall, and also looking towards their work at their centre in the Script Development Day and also the filming days at Greenhill in Newcastle, County Down. We want to give a massive thanks to all the students and the staff who contributed to this short video. Today we're in the Linen Hall Library with our students who are exploring a wee bit more about the events which happened in 1921. And we've been out for a walking tour, we've looked at the Ulster Hall, we've looked at the grounds of the City Hall, Belfast City Hall as well. And it's been great to hear the students' feedback and their thoughts on their script as they're going to put together for their major character.
We're at Linen Hall Library and I'm so excited for today's session, and I can't wait to learn more about what happened over the last 100 years and significant people in history.
Hi, my name's Abigail. I'm part of Entwined Histories, and this year we've been looking at the partition of Ireland and the events that happened in 1921. I'm really looking forward to meeting with students from other schools, and we will be working with students from Dundalk, and I'm really interested to find out what they think of the course and their different points of view.
I'm looking forward to going to the City Hall and looking about it and learning about all the significant things about 1921.
Hi, I'm Daniel and I'm also part of Entwined Histories. Today we've been learning about the partition of Ireland and everything that's happened and the major players. I can't wait to meet Ophi College and see how our script develops on our main player.
Hi, I'm Matt Gamble from Cooperation Ireland on the Entwined Histories project, and we're here at Greenhill YMCA in Newcastle, County Down. We've just filmed the second day of filming our short films with our schools: Ashfield Girls High School, Wallace High School, Ophi College from Dundalk, and also St Oliver's Community College from Drogheda. And it's just been so encouraging to see the students working together, working on their major characters from 1921. And in speaking to teachers as well, just seeing how the students have come out of their shell, being able to get involved in the idea of putting a film together and working in behind the scenes as well as in front of camera. And it's just been really encouraging to see. So we're very grateful, and we're looking forward to seeing the finished product in our digital showcase.
That's right, you're not very bright. You and me are
My name's Sadie Rose and I'm from St Oliver's Community College, and I was doing in History Twine, and what I thought about the project is that it's really good for working together and getting to know people. My name's Grace, I'm in St Oliver's Community College, and I played Dara Chichester, and I found it very interesting learning about her.
Hi, my name's Lillian. My favourite part of the Entwined Histories was working with different people at the Nerve Centre and playing football.
My name is Lindsay. I'm from St Oliver's Community College. My favourite part was learning about Dara Chichester and meeting new people.
Hi, my name is James from St Oliver's Community College. I was a part of the script development in the film, and I enjoyed putting it together and seeing how the actors would play it off.
So we're back at Greenhill in Newcastle, County Down, with our second cluster of schools on Entwined Histories 11. We've got Bush Post Primary with us, we've got Blessed Trinity College from Belfast, we've got Lagan College, and also Cohort from Dundalk. And it's been so good to see the students working alongside each other on the different films this week. We're coming towards the end of the project, it's gone in so quickly, but we're really excited to see the films being finished and seeing the beginning of their editing for their films as well. And it's just great to work alongside the Nerve Centre on the project and see how the students have come out of their own shells and have got involved in the project. And they're starting to gain a lot from working alongside each other, building new friendships at the same time. So we're really looking forward to seeing how the films turn out next week.
It's great to be back here at the Entwined Histories project. The Nerve Centre's been working with the group over the past few months, creating these short films. And the sort of real main effort that we've been putting in is introducing the kids to the world of creative media and all that goes on behind the camera in the making of a short film. The level of effort coming in from all the schools has been phenomenal, and I can't sort of thank them enough for all the effort that they've put in and all the hard work, and hopefully we'll leave a legacy of learning and teaching with them to last them in later life.
Hello, I'm Eilish.
I'm Emma.
And we're from Bush Post Primary School.
We're doing the Entwined Histories project, and it's been a really good experience doing the filming and learning about all the different history from 1921.
Yeah, the Nerve Centre is just really cool, and like all the equipment here is like very professional and everything.
Hi, I'm Alicia from Bush Post Primary. We are here during the last day of filming of the Entwined Histories. It's a great experience learning about history in this way and meeting other schools. I can't wait to see the final product.
In line with learning about the year 1921, each school was given what we called a major player, a character who left a massive impact in Ireland in that seminal year of 1921. The major players in Entwined Histories 11 were David Lloyd George, Eamon de Valera, Dara Chichester, Constance Markovics, Michael Collins, James Craig, Winnie Carney, and Edith Vane Tempest Stewart, Lady Londonderry. As you are about to witness, we have paired our major players as we look back and discover their impact in that important year of 1921. And as you'll discover, there's a lot more in common than you may think. Our first film in the showcase comes from Cohort and Lagan College as they portray the lives of Michael Collins and James Craig.
Well, lad, do you know the road to Ballinabeer?
You've went the wrong way, friend. Stay here and I'll come back and show you the way.
That's a bit odd, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's a sad way to go, dying at the hands of my own people in my home county. I tried to tell Eamon this would happen. Colin's here.
How are you, Michael? I'm just off the phone with David Lloyd George there. The British want to call a truce.
So they're giving up? Eamon, this is great news. The boys are nearly beat and we're on our knees.
Well, not exactly. They want us over for negotiations and to draw up a treaty.
Sure, that's better than nothing. Let's hope we can end this bloodshed. When are we going?
I'm not going, Michael. I'll be sending you and Arthur Griffiths.
What do you mean you're not going, Eamon? You are the president of the dog. You have to be there.
Calm down, Michael. You are more capable of handling these talks yourself. We'll get a brief before you go.
I have a bad feeling about this, Eamon. I hope you know what you're doing.
Arthur, this is a disaster. They want us to swear allegiance to the king. Eamon should be here with us.
Well, he's not here. There's nothing we can do. It's up to us, Michael.
And do what? Partition Ireland and only have a dominion status within the British Empire? This country can't only rely on two people.
This could be a stepping stone to full independence. It's as close as we've ever got.
Look, maybe you're right, Arthur. If we sign this now, we will have to believe in our hearts that we can make it work. This could give us freedom to achieve freedom, like.
I was haunted by the bloodshed in Ireland. I knew I was responsible for a lot of it. I would always have blood on my hands as a result. But I had to do something to bring the bloodshed to an end. And at that moment, I thought this was the way. Although I felt the treaty was my death warrant, I knew I had to sign. What I didn't know was how much bloodshed was to follow. When the news of the treaty reached Ireland, it divided the nation more ways than one.
Would you look at this? Collins sold us out. He swore an allegiance to the king.
Oh, well, maybe this might work, Daniel. It might bring us peace.
How could you say that?
The nationalists in Ireland were now split between the pro-treaty and anti-treaty sides. The country now divided into two states. Brothers fighting brothers.
There's been enough bloodshed.
This will bring more war to the country.
When the anti-treaty forces led by De Valera stormed the forecourts in Dublin, I knew, as I was the leader of the new Free State Army, I had no choice but to attack the forecourts. This act alone caused a civil war.
Civil war rages on in Ireland, with many casualties across the country in tit-for-tat killings. The north of the country has been seeing an extreme increase in violence, with running gun battles in the streets of Belfast, and the expulsion of 30,000 Catholic industry workers causes massive disturbances.
Hello, Colin speaking.
Good evening, Michael. It's James Craig here.
James, I was just listening to the news. How do you expect the nationalist people to feel safe in their own home when all you're doing is kicking them out of the workforce?
And how do you expect all the unionist people to feel safe with all the IRA murders?
Look at the numbers, James. Almost double have been murdered in Belfast alone.
Now, Michael, let's not get into an argument. We both need the violence to stop.
Aye, it would be the best for the whole of the island. Let's meet next week and get signed.
Agreed. Let's finalise talks then.
From I was a young man, I yearned for Ireland to be free from British rule. But at what cost? I've seen much death and destruction in the name of freedom. And with experience, came to realise there were no winners. All I want is for the people of Ireland to live in peace and freedom. I wonder, will I be remembered for that? Or for the sign of the tree that divided this land?
Did I ever tell you the story of the time I became the first Prime Minister of Northern Ireland?
No, Grandad, tell me more.
Well, it was an unsettled time back then. There were elections, treaties, negotiations. It was a different country. Although, I do remember it like it was yesterday. As far back as 1912, we were making moves to protect the rights of the Unionists in Ireland. Edward Carson and I worked closely together.
Come on, James, we need to show them how much we hate Home Rule.
We have to get all of our people together, a show of power.
But how can we show everyone that the Unionist people hate Home Rule?
I have an idea! Along with Edward, we organised Ulster Day in September 1912 in response to the Third Home Rule Bill.
We've brought you all here today to sign the Ulster Covenant. We will use all means necessary to defeat the present conspiracy to set up a Home Rule Parliament in Ireland.
In 1913, we decided to set up the Ulster Volunteer Force to show our strength further. Now all we needed were guns.
How many guns do you need, sir?
We need 25,000 rifles, not just 5 million ammunition shells.
So many? What do you expect to do with them?
We intend to defend ourselves, sir. Are you going to do it or not?
Yeah, you'll get your rifles. But how do you expect to get them home?
Just leave it to us.
You there, lift that with your back.
Sir, how many guns do we need?
Enough so that we're ready for the war. Be careful, this box is worth more than your life.
Sorry, sir.
Here you go, soldier. Keep it concealed and be prepared to use it.
What do you think we'll need these for?
Maybe it's for a show. I've never shot a gun before.
Me either, but if Craig tells us to, I'll be ready.
But of course, the First World War broke out in 1914, and everything changed. I committed my men to a different battle. Men, we stand together. We must be dedicated to the cause. We must fight together alongside our friends in the British Army. By doing so, we will show Ulster's strength. I'm asking all of you to contribute to the war effort.
for Britain, for Ulster and for unionism.
I wasn't able to fight myself due to poor health. We sent 100,000 men to the war effort. The 36th Ulster Division were one of the finest to grace the battlefield. We lost a lot of men, but I was never more proud to call myself an Ulsterman. But it was politics where I really made my mark. My father had left me some money.
James, are you aware that in your father's will, he left you a substantial sum of money?
I could use this for good. I think I'll run for the election. I won a seat at the 1906 general election representing the people of East Down.
And the winner is James Craig.
This was the beginning of a long life in politics. I met many interesting people along the road, all of them pulling in different directions. What was going on across the island in the early 1920s was awful for everyone. Maybe if Michael Collins and I had been able to hammer out a better deal, we'd all have been better off. Good evening, Michael. It's James Craig here.
James, I was just listening to the news. How do you expect the nationalist people to feel safe in their own home when all you're doing is kicking them out of the workforce?
And how do you expect all the unionist people to feel safe with all the IRA murders?
Look at the numbers, James. Almost double have been murdered in Belfast alone.
Now, Michael, let's not get into an argument. We both need the violence to stop.
Aye, it would be the best for the whole of the island. Let's meet next week and get signed.
Agreed. Let's finalise talks then. It was a violent time, but I was doing what I thought was best for my people. And I represented my people the best way I could, by becoming the first Prime Minister of Northern Ireland. It's one of my proudest achievements and something I hope to be remembered for centuries to come.
Whoa, Grandad, I never knew you were involved in so many things.
It's not the amount of things I want to be remembered by, it's the amount of good things I helped to achieve.
Our next film comes from Blessed Trinity College and St Oliver's Community College as they portray the lives of two women who made a massive impact in politics in Ireland, North and South, Constance Markievicz and Dara Chichester.
At Easter 1916, Patrick Pearse and James Connolly organised and launched an armed uprising for the Irish independence. Members of the Irish Volunteers and the Irish Citizen Army took part in the rising, which was largely centred in Dublin. The rebels held out for 6 days as Dublin was turned into an inferno. Eventually, Patrick Pearse issued a surrender order to avoid further death. Of the 1,200 people who took part in the fight, there was one unlikely volunteer, a woman from a wealthy and prestigious family.
All rise. Constance Markievicz, you stand on trial for your involvement in the so-called Easter Rising. You've been found guilty and sentenced to death by firing squad.
Your Honour, what I done was right, and I'm a strong Irish woman. I've fought for this country's freedom, and whatever happens to me next doesn't matter.
I would expected something better of a person of your class. Guards, take her away immediately.
I have had such a privileged life, born into a wealthy family, and I never suffered growing up, but I couldn't sit by and watch the poor of this country suffer any longer. If it had not been for me joining Sinn Féin a few years ago, I would likely never have ended up in this situation. I would still be attending dances with the high society, living the grand life, but I would have been living with no purpose. At least I can know dying I fought for what I believed in.
We've just received news that as you are a woman, your death sentence has been removed. You'll now spend life in prison. Must be your lucky day.
Ha! I should have known they couldn't treat me as an equal to my male comrades.
Within the year there was an amnesty that saw the release of all the Republican prisoners. Freed from jail, Markievicz was ready to do all she could for women's rights and the independence of Ireland.
Only an Ireland free from British rule can provide justice for her sons and daughters, support Sinn Féin and send the British home. We will win this election, and when we do, we will refuse to take our seats because we don't believe that the British political institution should have any say in the governing of Ireland. Get out to your polling office and vote Sinn Féin.
Sinn Féin won a landslide victory in the 1918 general election, resulting in Constance Markievicz becoming the first Member of Parliament ever in the UK. This victory led to Sinn Féin setting up a revolutionary Irish Parliament, Dáil Éireann.
Constance, what you have done for the struggle of the Irish people has not gone unnoticed. You have defied the odds and became the first female MP. I want you now to join me as a cabinet member of the Dáil. You'll be the first female cabinet minister in European history.
I would be honoured, Eamon, and in this way I could give the female workers of Ireland their voice.
No better woman for it. Have you seen the newspapers in Belfast this week? There's a unionist-woman by the name of Dara Chichester who has been voicing her opinion on you not taking your seat in Parliament.
I read about Dara. She's a remarkable woman. I heard she's done a lot for the Ulster suffrage movement.
So I've heard.
I wouldn't expect her to understand. I should write to her and explain my stance. Perhaps then we could come to a mutual understanding of each other. Us women still have a long way to go. It would be great if we could all work together.
Dear Mrs. Chichester, I would like to commend all that you are doing for the rights of women in Ulster. I have been following your career for some time now, and I know firsthand how difficult the fight for equality can be. I know you cannot understand my decision to abstain from Parliament. Perhaps I could have done more for women's rights if I attended Parliament, but I fight for equality in my own way, and I stand by that. Throughout my life I have fought to improve the lives of the poor and to win rights for women, but above all I have always stood for the independence of Ireland. Although our differences are obvious, I feel like we have a lot more in common. We could make positive changes for the whole of Ireland if we were to work together.
Okay everyone, today we're going to be learning about Dara Chichester. Has anyone heard that name before?
No, miss.
Well, she's a very important woman in the history of Northern Ireland, and she's one of the reasons you're sitting here in front of me today. Dara was born in India in 1882 in a military hospital to wealthy parents. Her father was a successful financier which took her to Germany, India and the USA throughout her childhood.
Isn't she beautiful?
Yes, let's name her Dara.
Dara, may you have an impact on the world.
She moved to the USA when she was 9 and educated between USA and Germany. She met Robert Chichester, and the day they met, the two fell in love instantly. They married in 1901.
Robert, I've had an idea. Would you like to hear it?
Of course.
I want to take part in the next election. I want to be a member of Northern Ireland's first Parliament.
Apart from Countess Markievicz, there's never been a female MP here. Not that she did much for the title. I support you. You make a fine MP.
I think I'll make some great changes here, and politics need more women.
At the 1921 Northern Ireland general election, Dara was elected an MP for Londonderry, making history.
Have you heard about the two women who've been elected to Parliament? Well, they did help us.
I know. We elect a woman to our first Parliament. This will let men get on their feet. They'll be gone within the first day. They'll never stick it. They'll be lucky to even lose one day.
Women should not be allowed to do this.
Let's go drown our sorrows, boys.
I'm sorry to have bring you this news, my lady, but your husband has passed away.
You're such an amazing husband. He supported me in every way. I'll continue the good work we both have started.
Thank you everyone for coming here this morning. The school has an important announcement to make. As of 9 a.m. this morning, a law has been passed called the Education Act. This will mean all children in Northern Ireland will have to stay in school until 15 years of age.
What? But I was so looking forward to a life of hard labour when I turned 10.
This isn't fair.
Hello everyone. Congratulations Darcy Chester on being elected as a new member of the Murrayford Local Council.
Thank you everyone. I'll continue to work and help this local community in every way that I can.
Dara Chichester continued working for people in Northern Ireland and in her local community for the rest of her career.
Hello, Ms. Chichester. I'm here to voice my concern and concern of the entire local community.
Okay, please continue.
My daughter is 15 years of age and is looking for a job to start her working life. However, the state of employment here is awful. Is there anything you can do as our local councillor?
Of course, leave with me. I'll definitely bring this to the council's attention and increase employment here for your daughter and for everyone.
Thank you so much.
Dara Chichester Parker passed away on the 30th November 1963, having been the longest serving female MP in Northern Ireland's history. She was survived by her family and two of her grandsons became Prime Ministers of Northern Ireland.
I, Terence O'Neill, was the fourth Prime Minister of Northern Ireland. I live at Shane's Castle, Antrim. I have been the leader of the Ulster Unionist Party since 1963.
I, James Chichester Clark, Lord Mayola of Castle Dawson, was the next leader of the UUP and the next Prime Minister of Northern Ireland.
We both followed in our grandmother's footsteps and became important politicians in the history of Northern Ireland.
Our grandmother Dara Chichester blazed a trail for women in political life and her legacy lives on today.
Next up we have Ophi College and Wallace High School as they cover the significant impact of two statesmen across these islands of Ireland and Britain, whose legacies still divide opinion to this day. Here we have the stories of David Lloyd George and Eamon de Valera.
David Lloyd George, the Welsh wizard, was one of the most successful politicians in British history. From his humble upbringing in Wales, he rose through the ranks as a lawyer and a politician. As Prime Minister, he led Britain to victory in World War I, and now, as he's in his residence in Chequers, David Lloyd George was plagued with a problem much closer to home: the Irish question. The Irish War of Independence had been waging on for many years in a tit-for-tat nature, with many casualties on both the British Unionist and Irish nationalist sides. David Lloyd George did not want to be remembered for the bloodshed in Ireland, and knew he had to work for a peaceful solution to the problem in Ireland.
Good morning, Mr. Prime Minister. I have today's newspaper here for you, and your tea will be ready now shortly.
Thank you, Lucy.
You might want to turn to page 7.
What will it be this time? More scandals about my private life, no doubt. Perhaps I'll need something stronger than tea.
Now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Mrs. Edwards from the Times newspaper is ready and waiting for you.
This day just keeps getting better and better. Send him in, please. I mean her.
Good morning, Mr. Prime Minister. I'm very honoured to be in your company today, and thank you for agreeing to do this interview with me.
Yes, but make it quick. I haven't got all day.
Of course, Mr. Prime Minister. We want to write a piece on the Irish War of Independence. The people of Britain are quite appalled at the amount of bloodshed in Ireland, and are quite frankly worried about the state of the Union.
Tell your readers they have nothing to worry about. I'm able to handle the Great War. the Irish question will be a piece of cake.
But what exactly have you been doing? How can you justify the death of military leaders?
Why don't you journalists ever ask me about the great things I've done as a politician?
Okay, then tell us about your proudest moments.
I have worked my way up in life from the bottom. I have never forgotten my past. I've always been in support of the common man, not the aristocracy. My social reforms have brought in the welfare state, financial support for the poor and sick, and compulsory lunches for school children. I have supported the women who held this country together during the Great War, and I was one of the big three who signed the Treaty of Versailles and brought the Great War to an end with Clemenceau and Wilson.
Yes, but they didn't really listen to you at the Treaty of Versailles, did they?
Well, no, but you're missing the point.
Look, less of these boring questions. So, how's your relationship with your wife?
Right, get out of my sight, you cheeky devil. You heard me. Out!
My apologies, sir. It wasn't my intention to offend you.
Out!
I think you might appreciate a stronger drink after that one.
Absolutely. Thanks, Lucy. So, what's next on the agenda today?
Next, you have scheduled a phone call with Eamon de Valera.
Ah, yes. I've been putting this off for a while now. We need to bring this conflict to an end.
Hello.
Eamon, it's David here.
Yes, I thought you might call sooner or later.
Look, I can't stand it any longer. Why would we see our people continue to die?
We would see our people die for a free Ireland.
Look, I think it's time we call a truce.
A truce?
Yes, we need to think about our people.
So you're giving up?
That's not exactly how I'd put it, no. I'm trying to be the bigger person.
You might be right. Maybe it's time to stop all this bloodshed.
And I also think we need to hammer out this agreement over all of this.
What do you mean?
It's time we sat down and figured this mess out.
I agree. Will the king be at the negotiations?
No, don't worry, I'll eat them.
Then I'll not go. If the king doesn't attend, how can you expect me to?
Can you not make an exception, Eamon? This is important.
I have plenty of people who can take my place. Michael Collins will lead talks.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Michael understands what our country needs. He will do right by us.
I hope you don't grow to regret this.
I won't.
Very well then, let's meet later in the year and draw a line under this.
I'm looking forward to having my team tell me how it goes.
I'm glad we came to agreement today, Eamon.
As do I, David. As do I.
I can't help feel that this won't end well. How can I lead my people through a victory and a world war only to be faced with such a complicated problem closer to home? Let's hope this lasts and peace is declared between Britain and Ireland.
The Anglo-Irish Treaty was signed on the 6th of December 1921 by David Lloyd George and Michael Collins. The treaty plunged Ireland into a bloody civil war, and shortly after, Michael Collins was assassinated by the anti-treaty forces in Ireland. David Lloyd George would go on to live a long and fruitful life, dying in 1945, not before leaving behind a legacy of being a powerful wartime leader and leader for the common people.
Congratulations, Eamon. The party was the largest in Ireland.
Yeah, it's a great victory, but we're not going to take 6 seats in England. We're going to set up our own parliament.
Well, only if we get out of here.
Just leave it to me. Good evening, Father.
Let's pray.
You took your time.
Sorry.
Can you get us some Collins, please?
Yeah, sure. Collins.
Deb, you're a crafty so-and-so.
Alright lads, come on, we're getting hooked to England.
Well, lads,
What took you so long?
the food was delicious. I would have stayed for desserts if I could.
It's great to have you back, Eamon.
Yeah. Well, what's next?
You've got a country to run.
Okay, let's go.
Come on, lads. This is our last push against the Brits.
We need to do this for Ireland.
Please, I'm begging you. Britain don't have our best interests at heart.
That may be so, but what can we do?
Whether you should recognise Ireland as an official republic.
Now, Mr. Beverley, I'm not sure that's something we can do.
Also, we need a bit more money, but really. Oh, hello?
Eamon, it's David here.
Yeah, I thought you might call sooner or later.
Look, I can't stand it any longer. Why would we see our people continue to die?
We would see our people die for free Ireland.
And how's that working out for you over the last two and a half years?
About as well as it is for you, I imagine.
Look, I think it's time we call a truce.
A truce?
Yes, we need to think about all our people.
So you're just giving up?
That's not exactly how I'd put it, no. I'm trying to be the bigger person here.
Well, you might be right. Maybe it's time to stop all this bloodshed.
And I also think we need to hammer out an agreement over all this.
What do you mean?
It's time we sat down and figured out this whole bloody mess.
Well, I agree, but will the king be at the negotiations?
No, I will lead them.
They'll not go. If the king does not attend, how do you expect me to?
Can you not make an exception, Eamon? This is important.
I have plenty of people who can take my place. Michael Collins will lead the talks.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Michael understands what our country needs. He will do what's by right.
I hope you don't live to regret this, Eamon.
I won't.
Very well then. Let's meet later in the year and draw a line under this once and for all.
I look forward to having my team feed tell me how it goes.
I'm glad we came to an agreement today, Eamon. I hope this is the start of a long and fruitful relationship for all of us.
As do I, David. As do I.
Sign it? No. Yeah, no. Why not? Because I don't want to. What do you think, Michael? Will Eamon go for it?
Doesn't matter what he thinks. He's given us the power to sign this off.
But we're losing off forever.
Not forever. We have to see this as a stepping stone.
The people at home won't be happy. Eamon won't be happy.
It's our only option.
What'd you do?
I did what he told me to do, to negotiate a treaty.
Well, this is not what I wanted. And this isn't what the people of Ireland wanted. So why'd you do it?
Then why didn't you go there yourself?
Oh, there'll be hell to pay for this. Hell?
The final film in our Entwined Histories 11 digital showcase comes from Bush Post Primary School and Ashfield Girls High School as they focus on the lives of two fascinating women who left their mark in Ireland. We have for you Edith Lady Londonderry and Winifred Carney.
Excuse me, Lady Londonderry, you've just received a letter from Winifred Carney. Would you like me to leave it on your writing desk for you?
Thank you, Mary. I'll read it now. Such kind words. I suppose I don't take enough time to reflect on what I have achieved in my life. I've always just stood up for what I felt was right.
Edith Chapman was born in 1878 to a wealthy and influential family. Her father was a member of Parliament for the Conservative Party and her mother was the daughter of Britain's largest landowner. Edith's mother died when she was 3 years old. She moved to the Scottish Highlands where she was raised by her uncle and aunt. Edith had an extremely privileged upbringing. Throughout her early years, she was raised to become a hostess of the highest society in Britain.
Edith, get your elbows off that table. Edith, you have to walk like you're a proper lady.
She would go on to be presented as a society debutante to Queen Victoria. Edith was seen as a perfect choice of wife for Charles Vane Tempest Stewart, son of the 6th Marquess of Londonderry. They married in 1899. Unusual for her class, Edith was a passionate feminist and campaigned ardently for women's right to vote.
What do we want? When do we want them? Now! What do we
Away back home, you lot. Get back to the kitchen where you belong.
How dare you? These women have every right to be out here standing for what they believe in. They have more courage than you will ever have.
Thanks, Lady Londonderry. We'll never forget your kindness.
What do we want?
Those women!
When do we want them?
Now!
Oh, good grief. How does this stuff get published? Have you read the latest article from Amok Right? I was hoping you weren't going to say it. Women must never have the vote. They can't be relied upon to use reason at all at times. And don't have the calmness or temperament to make decisions of this kind. Just think how mentally disordered they became during childbirth. Can you believe it? The audacity. Are not the vast majority of terrible crimes committed by men? Why does he not question their mental state?
Lady Londonderry never shied away from her expressing of views. She spoke eloquently about the injustice women experience to audiences across British and Irish society. During the outbreak of World War I, Edith saw an opportunity to demonstrate that women were equal to men. In July 1915, she formed the Women's Legion, whose purpose was to enable women to take on jobs that would normally be done by men. Over 40,000 members trained as cooks, others worked as ambulance drivers, farmers, engineers, and many other jobs previously thought unsuitable for women. Despite her wealth and privilege, Lady Londonderry will be remembered for what she achieved for ordinary women. The Women's Legion proved once and for all that women are equally capable of men, a vital factor in the decision to give women the vote.
Winfred Carney was born into a lower middle class family in Bangor, 1887.
What was wrong with the old house? This house is tiny.
Shh, this is all that we can afford right now.
Come on now, let's look inside. We'll make do. We always do. See, not that bad.
It's too cold in here.
It's too small.
It'll do.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, baby. Put that back. I'll be right back.
A toast to Gia is Mora Ditch.
What are you at, Winnie?
I'm learning Gaeilge.
What's that?
It's the native language of Ireland.
Dear Mum, I have great news. I have just qualified as a secretary and have just got my first job as a shorthand typist here at the Hughes Academy. I'll be searching for a full-time job as soon as I can, and I'll see you soon. Love you. Your Winnie.
Hi there. James Conley. I don't think we've met.
I'm Winfred Carney. Nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you since I've worked here.
And I've heard great things about you. I'll see you soon.
Winnie, there's a telegraph for you. Thank you.
Winnie, I hope this finds you well. I need you to come to Dublin immediately. We need your help. We have it planned. Come to the GPO as quick as you can. It begins Easter Monday. James.
On Easter Monday 1916, James Connolly and a group of rebels staged rebellion against the British to fight for Irish independence.
Why did you follow your orders? Who sent you here?
James Conley. Now listen to me if you want to survive this thing.
4 days the battle ravaged on.
We have to surround them.
We can't. We've come too far.
There are so many injured or dead. If we keep going, so many more lives will be lost, and the British will have won.
The Easter Rising lasted for 6 days and ended with a surrender of the rebels to the British. A total of 3,509 people were arrested and leaders were executed, including Winfred Carney's friend and comrade James Connolly. Winfred Carney and many other prisoners were transferred around a number of prisons. Winfred was moved to Mentroy Prison, then to Aylesbury Prison, where she was held along with Countess Markovich. She was released 2 days before Christmas 1916.
Wake up, woman. Get out of my sight and you're free to go.
Fairness! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Fairness! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Fairness!
It's about time workers had equal rights. We've been campaigning for this for years.
They should be equal. It sounds so simple when you say it out loud.
Winnie met her future husband, George McBride, who was a Protestant and former Ulster volunteer. He was also a socialist. They often argued about Ireland's status as an independent country.
Ireland should be independent. It's been long enough and time to end partition.
I believe Ireland should be united with England, Scotland and Wales. We're stronger together, like one big family.
Winnie and George remained married until her death in 1943. They lived a happy life, even though they never agreed on Ireland's state of independence.
Dear Lady Londonderry, I hope this letter finds you well. I have heard of the many things you have done for the women in this country. It is truly admirable. I have to say, in 1915, I was very impressed when you formed the Women's Legion. You inspired so many women to achieve goals and take on jobs that would normally have just been for men. I can't help but appreciate the similarities we have, in the sense that we both believe women are equal to men, and that we both would and have fought for our rights. We are both strong women, and we both can see a future for peace in our country. I hope for equality in our nation soon. Yours sincerely, Winifred Carney.
I'd like to take the opportunity to thank our funders, the Department for Foreign Affairs and Trade, for their continued support for the Entwined Histories project. I'd also like to thank all of our schools and our students for their efforts in getting engaged in this project, especially with all the challenges we faced around the pandemic. I'd like to send a thanks to the Nerve Centre for their continued support in the project as they continue to inspire these generations of young people in getting engaged with the history and creatively thinking about how they present that history. I'd also like to thank Owen O'Callaghan for his professionalism as he's catalogued the journey of these students on Entwined Histories 11. And I also want to send a good thanks to our Entwined Histories team at Cooperation Ireland, to Karina Crooks, Hazel Scott, and also to thank Jack Boyle, who mentored our students on Entwined Histories 11. May I take the opportunity to say it's been an absolute pleasure again and a privilege to work with every single one of our young people, our students on Entwined Histories 11. You've all been incredible to work with. Your passion, your excitement for the project has been fantastic from the word go. Your teachers have thought you are amazing. And the Nerve Centre, talking to Nerve Centre staff from our script development days and our filming days, couldn't say better things about you. Great group of students to work with. Thank you so much for all your efforts. And we just wish you all the very best as you go forward now, and be it with history, be it with creative arts, just keep on going, keep on opening those new doors for yourselves through projects like Entwined Histories. And I just want to say thank you very much, and I hope you've enjoyed this digital showcase, and all the very best for the journey ahead.